Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good day. My name is Kenneth Ray Coleman Jr. Don't forget the Junior. And you are tuned in to the Let's Talk About It podcast. We are on episode number 4. We got a special one, this one. You know, we got people that touch my heart, that make my heart smile each and every day when I think of them. Well, let me give you the title first. The title of this podcast is Friends. How many of us have them? I'm talking about friends. So I had to get my folks, you know what I'm saying? My folks that's been with me through the thick and thin, through all the good, bad, and everything in between. I had to get Kevin Ray. I mean, no, I'm not bad. I had to get Kevin Michael Coleman. Michael, my bad. Michael. And I had to get my best friend in the whole wide world, Candace Warren from the city of Shy, the city of hella haters, where we keep rising to the top like elevators. Hi, haters. I'm up to high. Okay. Y'all welcome. Welcome in. Welcome, my folks in. What it do, good people?
Hi.
What up? What up?
Thank you for having us.
No, thank you for blessing me and the podcast. How are y'all doing?
Great.
So good. What about you?
I could lie and say, oh, I'm okay, but I'm just gonna say I'm drinking my Pepsi. Thank you.
Well, let me get one with you, sir.
I think I want to be real this time. Ask me again.
Hey man, how are you doing?
I'm upset. Somebody stole my package today.
What the?
But it's okay. It's okay. I'm with my best friend, so we'll figure it out.
Well, if nothing else, we about to laugh. If nothing else, we about to laugh. That's one thing I know on this podcast. We about to laugh.
We about to laugh.
Because I do, the precursor, I do want you to tell 2 stories.
Oh, God. Me?
We're gonna talk about it later. We're gonna talk about, but I want you to tell 2 stories about friendships, but so we're gonna make it do what it do. Yeah.
Oh, I got worried.
Does it involve salt?
Don't get worried. Yeah. This ain't nothing but a conversation like we normally have. We just blessing other people to hear it. That's all.
Oh, God. Okay.
Okay, so we gonna go ahead and we just gonna jump in where we fit in. So I want to ask both of y'all, how would y'all define a friend?
I'll let Kevin go first.
Mm-hmm. I would define a friend as somebody that you have a bond or connection with. Short answer.
Yeah.
Yeah, very, very short. Okay. We'll ride with it though. You like it? I love it. Okay, Miss Candace.
I would define a friend as someone who is number one, understanding, and loyal.
I like that. I would define a friend as someone that you have a connection with, someone that you share an affection and attraction with. And normally we use that word as attraction as romantic, which doesn't always have to be. It's just something that you have in common with somebody. But the way I define friend is just somebody you have a dope bond with that is hard to break. I'm gonna leave it at that.
Oh, that was good.
Because that defined my friend. You know what I'm saying?
That was good.
Yeah,
but that is the same thing I said though. But that's the same thing I said. But don't worry.
Okay, he want a little attention. Can we give him some attention, audience? Can we? Okay, thank you.
Oh, where's the laughing and the clapping?
I'll edit that in there somehow. So, okay, we define how a friend is. Remember, this podcast is entitled Friends. How many of us have them? So what is a misconception about a friend?
I think the biggest misconception, especially nowadays, is that your friend has to be there for you in every situation. And let's back up, because I know we have that type of friendship, but what I am realizing is that there are times when we can all be going through something at the same time, and it's not fair to say, oh, well, he wasn't there for me, so he's not a friend, or, she's not there for me in this moment because she's not a friend. I just think that we have to going back to understanding, which was like part of my definition of friendship. We just have to know that other things are going on. And if you really know that person, you know in your heart at that moment, if you feel like they're not being a friend, something has to be going on with them at that moment. And that's just part of giving them grace, understanding, and they can't always be there for you. But I just thank God my friends are.
Amen.
I'm blessed.
Misconception about friendship. I got two of them. One of them is, I think the one misconception is just because you have that title of friendship doesn't mean you treat everybody the same. So that's one misconception. The second misconception is just because you give something to a friend and they don't give it to you back, does not mean that they're not your friend. They might wasn't just able to give you that at the time, but it still don't mean that they're not your friend.
Yeah.
So those are two misconceptions.
I freaks with that. And see, let me tell y'all already threw me off of my game because y'all eloquently spoke so well about being a friend. Because I looked at my notes and that ain't even my definition. Let me go back. First, my definition of a friend is somebody that I value, how I look at them, how I treat them. It's one-sided. How I look at a friend is what I give to them, what I'm able to bring to the table, how I value them, how I look at them. So a misconception about a friend to me is that I had to realize that a friend does not equal friendship, because a friend is one-sided. It's how I look at them, it's how I view them. A friendship is mutual, where we both benefiting from the friendship. So there's a lot of people that I value that I call friend, but unfortunately, they don't look at me in the same. They love what I bring to the table. They love how I treat them, but it's not mutual. Y'all go ahead and speak on that if y'all got anything to say behind that.
Cat, be more careful.
What you said. And so,
I think we've all had like one-sided friendships, and we have to realize that friendships are relationships. We are choosing these people for our lives and to be a part of our story and journey. So if it's one-sided and it's like a continuous, situation where it's just always one-sided, then exit stage left. You know how I don't play about y'all. So like, exit stage left. If it's one-sided, boo. You know what I say, move along.
Yeah, I think it's difficult. And I think that's the hard part for me, because if I value you, it's hard to let go of something that you value. And so we've all been in relationships where you're valuing the other person. You're ready to bend over backwards for them. And I always tell people this phrase that, I'll go to the ends of the earth to make sure my folks is happy, to make sure they pleased, to make sure that they satisfied. But people who don't view me as a friend and it's not mutual, they won't even cross the street to see how I'm doing.
Yeah.
And so when you realize that concept, I had to say, even though I value you, I text y'all what I want to say, but I got to let it go. I got to stop messing with it, because it is no longer benefiting me. It's draining me. It's like a leech attached to you, and they taking all your energy. They taking all your goodness from you. All right, I'm done, but I ain't finished.
Let me tell one more thought on that misconception about a friendship. Because also a misconception is we need to stop making excuses on why people ain't doing certain things.
Facts.
That's a misconception that we need to get out of our heads. Keep making excuses for people not doing stuff. They'll never do it if we keep making excuses.
That's one thing I had to learn in counseling also, is that you have to set boundaries and expectations on people. When we make excuses for other people for their shortcomings they're not doing, once I realized this, is that the people that did not value me, I saw them treating other people the way I wanted to be treated. So it wasn't like they didn't have the capability of treating me in the manner that I wanted. it just wasn't a requirement. I didn't make it an expectation, and I didn't make it a boundary for them to be in my space. So I was making reasons and excuses and all that. And so when you get to that point, you got to say, okay, I value you, but I'm the prize though. Like we both can be the prize, but it can't be one sided no more.
Yeah.
All right, we ain't gonna stay there because I'll be there all night because I got some things I want to say, but I ain't gonna say.
I'm gonna try to say thing because
Let me drink my Pepsi right quick. Lord have mercy, touch me, Lord.
I'm with you.
Okay. So the next question is: do you believe in the saying friends are in your life for a reason, season, and lesson?
When I hear that, it sounds like it's like not for the long term when you say it in those ways. Like when I look at friendships, I don't look at it as ending, and I don't look at it as oh, I have this friend for this, and I have this friend for that. Like people do that with relationships or when they're dating. Oh, I have my got to bring me food, and I got my But with friendships, and like you said, if there's value in them, I don't think it's for a reason, season. Well, we all have lessons and that we learn from different people. But I don't look at it as that, at least not going into the friendship, But like you said, when the boundaries are set up, you learn a lesson. You know what I'm saying? When you set a boundary and they don't want to value the friendship as you do, then you learn the lesson. But that's never what I would go into it like, oh, this is my friend for X, Y, and Z, if that makes sense. Or
Facts, I got you.
Candace hit the nail right on the head because you never go into a friendship talking about, oh, this is only going to be for a season, or this is going to be for a reason, or this is going to be for a lesson. You get those things out of it, but we don't go into that. That's like going into a marriage saying, I'm finna get a divorce. You never go into marriage thinking about divorce. You never go into friendship thinking about that. What happens on that journey, though, you can learn that this is for a season or reason, or I'm going to learn a lesson in this friendship.
I freaks with that. Yeah, boy, if we wasn't on,
What's your note say?
wasn't on live. I mean, if we wasn't on, y'all know I'd be saying some stuff. Woo. Let me control myself.
What's your note say?
Controlled conversation that we've ever had in 20-some years. I'm like, I'm trying to really collect myself.
Because there's some stuff I want to say, but I'm be good. But
we're gonna say it. It's your podcast.
No. I think my mother or father might listen to this one, so But are they in your life? I think those are for immature people. That mindset. I think people that are mature and really have a value in a friend or value in friendship understand that friends are in your life for reasons. They are in it for seasons if you choose to. And we all in each other's lives for lessons because I'm supposed to stand in the gap for where you're not at, and it's vice versa. So it's lessons, yes, those are all true, but it's how many seasons are you going to be in my life? Because we deal with people that I don't like the wintertime. Like when it's cold, I don't go up to Chicago. So I ain't finna mess with it. So, but when you deal with people who don't like certain seasons, it throws you off of your game. And I think it throws us off of our game because we don't really pay attention to the people that we are in friendships with. Like some people can't handle the cold. They can't handle the snow. They can't handle the sunshine. But we just trying to hang on in there, like keep them around. Now, some of it, I'm gonna say it like this. Some people we need to stop giving titles and positions to because they don't deserve it.
Wow.
Facts.
Yeah.
And we also got to learn too that it's 4 seasons every year. That's the same way in friendships, in relationships. They're going to be seasons, but those seasons is not supposed to break us up. It's supposed to put us closer together. It ain't supposed to pull us apart. But if that comes of it, that's one of the lessons.
Here's a
But
lesson that we don't like is that we are in a culture that puts so much emphasis on how you feel about something. And however you feel about something, you react off of those feelings. One of the lessons that friendship teaches us, parenthood teaches us, relationship teaches us, that I have to press past how I feel about something and operate in what I know about something and someone. See, we skip over that last part because we really don't know a whole lot about the people that we in relationships with. So we keep reacting off of feelings and emotions. But even if I realize that even if I love you, sometimes I got to walk away from this because this is toxic. This is heavy. Like
preach it, son.
I'm done. I'm done. I ain't even started. This ain't about me.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all can go on my Facebook page, and I have great content. And I just reshared a post that I put on there. I said, "Don't get married because you feel like it's right. Get married because God said it was right." And just like you just said, piggybacking on what you said, we're in a society of we want however we feel in that moment, that's what we're gonna go with. But the
Yeah.
way we feel today might be so different than how we feel a week from now, 2 weeks, a month, 6 months from now.
And you know what? Let me tell you. See, we just talking, but we gonna get around to the other questions. But I had to tell somebody that recently. I tell multiple people this. Like even with dating, I told somebody, I said, hey, go get healed. Because in your healing, you might not like me. I might not be your cup of tea. Like your
Mm,
taste buds may change when you get healthy. So sometimes somebody can look attractive, even in a friendship. Sometimes we hold on or we gravitate towards people because we are in an unhealthy season. But when you get to your healthy season, you look different. You taste your taste buds are different. You
Mm.
feel different. And so you got to understand that, hey, I love you so much that I want to see you in the season where God has created you to be, not where you are right now. And those are two different things.
mm.
You so wise.
Well, yeah, I have a lot of knowledge. I don't know if I'm wise because I don't know if I'm
Wise,
practicing all this stuff. I don't know if my actions are conducive to what I'm
no,
saying, but I
like
can talk a good game.
no, like that's completely true. Like when you are in a healed, sorry about that. When you are in a healed position, things look, feel, taste differently in your life, and it's certain things, like you said, just doesn't appeal to you. I'm sorry.
No, you good. It just don't sit right with you. Let me say, when I ask this question, do you think friends are overrated?
No, no, not at all. I definitely I value and I need my friends. Like some people say, like, oh, I don't need any friends. I'm okay by myself. No, there's been times where I have been feeling some type of way and I haven't spoken to neither of you, in a couple of days, weeks, whatever. And it's almost like y'all can feel it. I get a text, I get a call, I get my morning inspiration. You know what I'm saying? Like I need you guys. Sometimes it comes at a time where you least expect it, or you may just be like, oh, let me check on Candace. Let me just say, hey. And in that moment, you have lifted my spirits, or you know what I'm saying? In that
Right,
moment, you
right.
have shifted
Yes,
my,
ma'am. Picked you up, lift you up.
yeah. Like, I look forward to FaceTimes and like I'm so glad you got an iPhone. Oh my God. Like I just like just I light
That
up
was
when
a
I
check.
guys, you know what I'm saying? Like it makes me happy, and I definitely I need my friends. So no, friendship is not overrated. Toxic frenemies, that's overrated.
Mm.
Your club friends, like that stuff is overrated. Like, yeah, I don't think so.
To be honest, I think friendship is underrated because, to be honest, there ain't a lot of true friends out here. There's a lot of people out here again goes to the point of how you make me feel at that moment. But friendship is even through the ups and downs, even if you make me feel a certain type of way today, tomorrow we still gonna rock and roll. So friendship is underrated because it ain't a lot of true friends out here in this day and time.
That's facts on facts. Yeah, it's undervalued. It's not appreciated. Because people defined it in so many different ways. I always say people give titles and positions and say, this is my friend just because I know of them, but I don't know them. Or because I've been knowing them for so long, this is my friend. Like now, like some people you have to know what title and position you giving people. Some people are associates, some people are friends, some people are family, some people are whatever, but you have to be so comfortable in having your boundaries and expectations. You know what title and position to give to people and stop playing with it.
I'm gonna I'll tell you this. I remember in Hirsch, class '99. Let's get it, let's get it.
So nice.
But there were people when I would walk down the hall that would know me and say, "What's up, twin?" But then there's few people who said, "What's up, Kevin?" And the reason why everybody knew I was a twin, but a lot of people didn't know who Kevin was. That's it. In this day and time, again, your friend, even because I'm a twin, but they know the difference between Kevin and Kenny.
Facts. Let that marinate. Something to think about.
I know, right?
And let me see how many we got. We got two. I want to ask them.
No, ask it. That's gonna be good because you said never mind.
Don't get out there. As he gonna say something he don't supposed to say, but don't say it anyway.
I ain't gonna say that. I ain't gonna say that. We'll be back. All right, so let's get a little personal as far as we talk about friends. So let's talk about, how did this friendship come into existence? Who want to break that down?
I'll break this one down.
Okay.
I was a lame little nerd guy in the fourth period lunch.
Don't do yourself.
And, every fourth period lunch, I would just go and just sit by myself and, just look very lonely. And Candace must have saw pity on my face or something. And she just out the blue just said, "Kevin, come over here and sit with us." And I didn't even know she knew my name. And from that point to this point, it's been nothing but an amazing connection and bond, friendship. Yeah. And I never forget, I won't say the name to protect the innocent, but one day I came to lunch and somebody was sitting in my seat. And Ken was like, "If you don't get your mother."
Yeah, we just been friends ever since. And
absolutely,
man, that's a long time.
And let me also say, it's a scripture in the Bible that says, what God puts together, let no man take apart. And we so focus and think that's on like romantic relationships, but it's a lot of things God put together, including friendships.
Yep.
And I definitely believe and know God put this friendship together, and it's just been amazing ever since.
I'll add
like we also too, we got so many memories because it's like every August we knew when Aaliyah passed.
Yeah.
We knew what we was doing that night. All of us getting into the car and the radio, and then we hear that, and all of us call each other, "Man, I love you.
I know."
But here's the kicker. Like, sometimes we don't realize that your blessings extend based on association. Because I wasn't in lunch with y'all. So I became friends. from Kevin,
Hello.
from Kevin knowing y'all. I was like, let me tug on to Kevo. You know what I'm saying? Hey, this my brother. Candace, you know me too? Well, if you don't know me, I'm in fifth period lunch. Somebody sitting with me. But sometimes that's how the blessing, is just extended, 6 degrees of separation. And I think one of the things that how I look at how it came into existence is, number one, as Kevin said, God put it together. And here is one of the things that we're taught with our spirituality, especially in the church, is that in order to recognize and have something great, you got to go through hell first. And there's not been one moment. Now, we probably made each other feel some type of way multiple times, but we ain't never been through no bad storm to say like, oh, you ain't my friend or you ain't this. It's been nothing but sunshine. It's been nothing but uplifting. And I think that's like, Candace, I saw you at the football game. And every time
that was gone.
That's it. But the kicker is that every time I see you, I don't care if it's been 1 month, 2 months, we ain't talked. My heart smiles like we did back in high school.
Yeah.
It's like a kid in a candy store. It's like, oh my God, I just seen this. So, and I say this because that's how so many insecurities creep in romantic relationships based on friendships. Is because when you have did something that's of the opposite sex to make my heart smile, their first thing is, oh, y'all gotta have sex. Y'all gotta like each other like that. Or y'all woo woo woo. I'm like, stop playing. That's all I'm saying.
I had a situation where Kevin came in town and I was with someone and Kendra, put your face back in the frame. And when he called and was like, hey, I'm in town on spur of the moment and I want to see you immediately. Here's the address, you know what I'm saying? So there's no ill will or nothing behind it because we just really good friends. So the person that I was dating had a huge problem with that. Like, you had some man in my house and I wasn't here and and I'm just like, it's Kevin, But the sad part about that is that, like you said, I'm so sorry, my son must have a megaphone now. But the sad part about that is that a lot of people. I'm so sorry.
No, handle your business. We understand.
Okay, can you pause? Like, I don't know what to do.
Pause.
Okay. So where do I start? Do you need me to start over?
No, you just stopped where you left off. You said that this is Kevin. This is my friend. You've been knowing him for
like this is Kevin. Like, I'm not thinking anything of it because I know what our intentions are is to see each other, hee ha ha, get some hugs in, I miss you, and that's it. But because people are insecure and because people have not been pure with their own friendships with the opposite sex, they cast this insecurity onto our situations. And, when I told Kevin about, like, we literally laughed because it's like, okay. But at the same time, it's crazy how we cannot have this pure friendship without that type of on it. But we had a good old laugh about that afterwards. But
we did.
We sure did. But I'm like, what are we gonna do? Oh, that's what you would have done, But no, that wasn't the energy on there, and it's never been that. But insecurities are real, and a lot of men, the macho men, really have the biggest insecurities. Excuse me, sir.
Facts on facts.
I think also too. Can I just say two things real quick? I think a lot of people have insecurities is because when you're coming in contact with those good friends that you have, that it brings out something in you that they haven't brought out in you.
Yeah.
And so
Yep.
they see this new person that you are with your friend, and they don't understand why you're not there with me.
Mm.
That's the first thing. And the second thing, one of the biggest things and I don't know if this would be a question but I'm saying it right now. Forgive me, podcast host, Mr. Coleman. Um, I think one of the worst things that I've ever done concerning a friendship is try to hide my friendship. I would never do that again. And sometimes the reason I hid it, not because, again, just like you just said, nothing was ever going on, but sometimes you hide things because of
I'm
how
looking that way.
the reaction of somebody else. And so I've done it before, forgive me. But that's one thing I'll never do again, though. Because
Yeah,
even in your hiding, even in the innocence of it, because you hid it, they think it's something there when it's nothing.
exactly.
So,
So we talked about the insecurity, but it's also people projecting their bull crap onto you. And so
Yep.
when people don't have like it's something to see how our friendship works, because how our friendship works, like everybody who's around it want a piece of it.
mm-hmm.
Like they want some of it. And so when you come with good intent and when you come from a genuine place, people don't know how to take that. Tommy made a line and he said, some people, everybody can recognize the sun, but can't handle the glare. So everybody can gravitate and see how dope the friendship is. But when they come into happening, when they have the ability to accept it, it's something different. Because how can you be cool with somebody for so long and never cross the line? Never cross a boundary. Like y'all ain't never had a fight, or y'all ain't never been upset with each other, or y'all ain't never stabbed each other in the back, or you ain't never been jealous or envy of each other. Like that just logically it doesn't make sense. And so I tell people all the time, like, there's very few people that I say that I have relationship with that are a reflection of my relationship with God.
Don't make me cry.
I'm just gonna have to be honest. And I'm gonna say this because your birthday is coming up. But I read a post that said, get you somebody who will travel 6 hours for you just to hang with you for an hour.
Can I tell the story?
Go ahead.
Okay.
We got video somewhere of it too.
Okay. So, so I was newly out of a relationship, and it was my first birthday outside of this relationship. And I was good, mentally. I was like, okay, I'm getting it together. I was putting one foot in front of the other. But this is my first birthday, without this person. And my friend, Kenneth Ray Coleman, drove all the way from Memphis to Chicago to drop me off a gift. And he hopped back in his car. I'm so sorry. He hopped back in his car and went home like within an hour. Like, what's like 30 minutes? Like, we was like literally just trying to, man, when I tell you I cried like a baby, because outside of my father, nobody has done that for me or made me feel like I was worth that, And when I say we already were best friends, if it was Super Mario World, like you saved the princess that day, boo, because you was like, I I got an extra little bit of umph in me that day because I was feeling kind of like I'm gonna press through, but you made it. I'm not gonna cry. You made it doable for me that day, and I shined a little brighter. I had my gift with me, and I wanted to show everybody. You know what I'm saying? It was something, and it was genuine. It was from the heart. It
Absolutely.
wasn't even thought of. It wasn't planned. Well, not I didn't know you were coming. You was just. I remember we was talking on the phone, and he was like, "Open the door."
Yeah.
Oh
And
my
I
God.
think one of the biggest things is that, sometimes I have to do better with this as far as sometimes you have to hear people's voices. I'm big on text message. I'll send you a text in a minute. But sometimes you have to hear a person's tone in a voice. And when I talked to you earlier, I was like, nah, I need to see her. I need to make sure she's good, she's straight, or
Yeah.
even if she ain't good, let me just give her a hug and let her know it's going to be okay. And I think you had sometimes, and this is what I love about friendships, meaningful friendships or real friendships, is that sometimes you have to be so in tune with your folks that you know what they need, even when they don't know what they need.
Yeah.
And so sometimes it's that encouraging message, as you said earlier. Sometimes it's that text, it's that call, or sometimes it's that pop up visit, or sometimes it's that FaceTime appointment, or it just whatever it is. Like, I, hey, sometimes listen. The recipe for a friendship. This is my take. If you got a blessing from God, you got to go to God in order to know how to handle that blessing. And so when I do
Yeah.
things, it ain't because like I'm so good or it's just not. It's God. Like it's truly Him.
Yeah.
Like He put something on my heart. Like I sent you a text the other day, or a couple of weeks ago, apologizing because I wasn't being the best friend that I felt like I need to be.
Boy, stop. Yeah.
I'm
You
just
sent
saying.
this text. And I just always like, you always come on time. Like I know you got stuff going on. You're a great father, both of you guys, great fathers, very active in church and work, everything going on in your life. So that's the understanding part that I was
Right.
talking about. So when we don't talk on a regular basis, I know you're taking care of business. But I know as soon as it slows down enough, I'm gonna get my phone call. I'm gonna get my text. I'm gonna get my FaceTime. And the same with me. I'm a new mom, and there's a lot of times like, woo, this is a lot. But I'm just like, I'm so grateful for you guys' friendship, and just like I always feel like, man, do they get the same from me that I get from them? Like I always think about that. Like, do you feel the reciprocation on your end from me? You know what I'm saying? Because like I ain't really good with road trips, but like when you guys come in town, like your birthday, oh my God, that was like the best night that we had in a long time.
It was.
Facts on
It was.
facts.
It was.
And it's always like therapy. And I can honestly say that, and I'm not gonna get emotional. My light shines bright around you guys. You have sometimes you go around people, it's not that you're dimming your light, but it's almost like, oh, I'll just sit here.
Right.
I feel my most authentic self. I feel like I can be extra silly. I can say whatever's on my mind. Me and Kenny go curse a few times.
Facts.
But we counsel each other. It's pure, it's genuine. Oh my God. Like I wish our friendship for a lot of people.
Facts. And to answer the question, not my fault, Kevin. You give it to me. I'm a speaker, Kevin, because you give it to me in ways that I need, not ways that I give it to you, which is important. And that's how relationships are supposed to be. Compliment me in where I need it, not when we ain't going tit for tat. So you ain't got to take no road trip just because I took a road trip. Now, I might need you to say, dang, what your big head butt doing? Like I might need a laugh in the moment, or I need that Italian Fiesta pizza and a birthday cake on my birthday. Like,
man, what?
That was special. So you know what I'm saying? Like you definitely give it. My bad, Kevin.
And that's another topic, another podcast for another day. But that birthday, When I tell you that was like the key to unlock the safe, the chain broke. Can't talk about it right now for this friendship, but yeah, no.
Yeah, you glowing.
So we have had a friendship, I think, probably about 25 years.
Yes.
So I think this will be a good question. What is the key ingredient for maintaining a friendship? Or key ingredients. You ain't got to limit it to one. Just give me three if you got it.
Love, prayer, and man, it's so much. Like it's so much. I think prayer definitely, respect, honesty, loyalty, all those things. This is
Mm-hmm.
this friendship is up there. You know, like I know I'm younger than y'all. We've been 25 years friends for 25 years, and I'm only 25. So you know,
Man, yeah, we got you out the womb. Mm.
What you was doing at Hirsch? Coming out the womb, girl.
Mm.
It's just laughter. Like that's one thing. Like I know for sure. Like when we're around each other, we're gonna laugh. It's gonna be a really good time. So we don't take ourselves too serious either. You know.
And I think also too we encourage each other to be the best. Like we're not trying to step on each other to make ourselves look better. But I also think one key ingredient in friendship is being able to adjust. Because when you have friends, just like we keep talking about the different seasons and stuff like that, but it's different things that happen in our lives. And as a friend, you have to adjust. So you have to understand that what Candace could give me 2 years ago might not be what she can give me today, but it still doesn't mean she's a friend. It still doesn't mean she don't love me. It just means now we got to adjust something to work towards keeping this friendship amazing.
Yeah. And another thing, and I blame you guys for this because you're such good friends. I would look for this type of chemistry and friendship in other people, and
Yeah.
and
Rough.
so because you guys moved away, you know what I'm saying? You know, you left me.
Dang you, mama.
But no,
Man, say it again.
wrong. Like I have other really good friends, best friends and things like that. However, I had a friend who I thought was on the same level as you guys, and you know that was not that. So that was I'm trying to find a way to segue into what we were talking about. But wait, did you answer the question, Kenneth? I'm sorry.
No, you go ahead. You go ahead. I answered that.
No. Okay. So like in looking for this same type of chemistry and bond with other people, the things that I know I don't have to question you guys about, I kind of was like, okay, you know, you kind of do things with other people hoping to have that same type of chemistry. And so I'm gonna tell this really quick story. So I had a roommate. This is when I was younger, so God has worked on me.
Amen.
And,
Thank you, Lord.
And I'm so much better. I'm wiser. So much better. So I had a roommate, and yeah, the goal was I was looking out for this person because she needed to move, you know, and put down all the deposit, everything like that, because I knew she didn't have it. And long story short, it was not the same type of friendship as you and I feel like I was in a relationship with somebody who wasn't carrying their weight, but this is one particular story that you guys always laugh about. So I was buying the groceries, I was paying the bills, like I was in a full-fledged lesbian relationship with no sexual
benefits.
But this is my friend. Like I really thought this girl was my friend. So I had bought all the groceries. We had fell out over some bills that were not being paid properly on her end. So I decided that because I bought all the groceries, I was going to stop her from using my things. So I filled the sugar bag with salt. And, just like some things that just petty, petty. And I was like, don't touch my groceries, leave my stuff alone. Whatever you buy, you touch. Don't touch my stuff until this lease is up. So middle of the night was when she would go touch my food. So she's making some tea and I'm just hearing her lump this sugar into the teapot, mug. And when she went to take a sip, oh my goodness, it was music to my ears. It was like, you stupid bitch, because she had obviously scooped salt into her mug. It's a lot funnier when I can tell it the way it happened. But
yeah.
That's part of the man. Like if it was you guys, I wouldn't have to question, a check behind you guys. If you say you're gonna do something, I know you're gonna do it. And unfortunately, that's a friendship that had to end. And it was more than those things. It was already like signs and things like that before. But because I have such a good friendship with you guys, I didn't want to end a friendship with somebody especially over finances that can come, but at the same time, it wasn't valued. And unfortunately, at that age, I wasn't in a position to not be catty, to learn to walk away and respect myself enough to say, I don't have to do tit for tat. I don't have to be petty. I'm no longer there in that space, thank God. But I wish her the best. But every time I make some tea, I always.
Oh my goodness, man, that had me in tears.
Right? That sounds like a long story.
No, it wasn't long. It wasn't long. We're gonna do the unedited version one day.
Okay.
That was hilarious. But I think some key ingredients in having and maintaining a friendship is, number one, can you make it safe enough, number one, for your friend to be open, honest, and vulnerable? Can you give them the space that they can see you naked and unashamed? And that's mentally, spiritually, emotionally, mentally. Like, can I see you? And then when I see you, do I still have value in what I see? Flaws, good, bad, and everything in between. And I think a lot of relationships, friendships, romantic, family, whatever type of relationships don't work is because people don't show who they are naked. They show who they are with their Spanx on, with their makeup on, with the hair bonnet on, but I can't see you. And then when I see you, it's fluff. It's with filters. It's with who the perception of who you want me to think that you are instead of the reality of who you are. And so I can never get to a point of me fully accepting who you are and having value in you because you're scared to show it.
Yep.
Preach, preacher.
I'm through, but I ain't finished. So I'm gonna let y'all go on this last question.
Are you drinking tea now?
I'm gonna let y'all go on this last question because I don't want to hold y'all. But how do you know when you have a special friendship or friend?
I think what you just said, like when you can be completely vulnerable, when you can let your guard down, your ears down. And I mean, I don't ever have to put on a show for you guys. And I can't fake it for y'all either. Like, you just know. I think this is one of the things, it's like a feeling, and at the same time, it's also backed by action.
Facts.
Because,
Facts.
I mean, y'all have seen me put my tracks in.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all is like, for real, like my brothers, like if every position that I could be in, I mean, depressed, you see me cry about real things, you see me cry about relationships, you see me, back and forth with different career moves, and I mean, everything that I've been through, I can honestly say I got you on the right and I got you on the left, like for real, like I am super, super blessed to have you guys. So, by being able to be yourself authentically with no guards up, and it's received the right way.
Piggybacking, just like she said, man, when you got a bond and a connection with somebody, um, because it's so rare, you got something special when you find it. And also, too, nobody got to tell you that. You already know it and feel it
Yeah.
because it's unlike anything else. So when you got that, and I think also too, another ingredient, excuse me, and I'll let you close us out. But another ingredient in this friendship thing is working at it. You got to work at it.
Yeah.
Like this friendship ain't. We have to be intentional on certain things. We got to be intentional on making sure everybody's good and working together, seeing each other, talking, conversating, praying. We have to be intentional. That's work. So when you have a great bonding connection, you're gonna put some work in. It's gonna be some sacrificing, but it's gonna be worth it.
Definitely.
You don't mind sacrificing for people that you got a amazing bond and connection with.
I think when you sacrifice for, genuine people, it don't even feel like a sacrifice. It feel like a little nudge. It may feel like an inconvenience at times, but when you got something special, is because you are so in tune with your relationship with God. He just giving you a reflection of what you are. So the reason why I know I have something special is because Candace is special, because Kevin is special. And even I know that I'm special because God has given me a reflection of what I am. And so I need to know it. I need to feel it. I need to think it. So when Candace does something nice for me, I don't look at it and say, man, I don't deserve it. I look at it and say, like, God, you think this highly of me? Like, or you telling me that I'm special? So let me walk into that. Let me go ahead and thrive into that. I think we're gonna have to do a part 2. Might have to do a part 3. But I'm gonna go ahead and let y'all go. I thank y'all for blessing the podcast. I love you a long way. And we definitely gonna do this again.
Definitely. I love you guys.
I love you
more. Love you.
Love you, Kimbo. Love you, Candice.
Love you.
Peace.
Peace.